I am my name Barra Collins, and this training program is coming courtesy of Barra IC Tech Resources. We are here to just give you a tidbit, what it takes to be sound in Excel. I won't be taking much of your time. Today is the first day and the first lecture of tutorial, so I will just go straight to the point. Now, Excel, should I call it a startup program? For those that are so much, passionate about arithmetic, passionate about, statistics, passionate about calculations. When you talk about business, statistics, we talk about business calculations that you really want to put your staff through, or you really want to employ in your skill, you can actually use Excel for that. So just like we know, Excel is a package, one among the packages in Microsoft Office, and for the purpose of this study, I'm using 2010 version of Microsoft Office. We have other versions you can use, 2.7, 2.16, 2020, and so on. But whatever we're going to do here, you can still apply it across the other packages we are talking about. Now, Excel, as we know, have ribbons. We have the tabs, home, we have your file here, home, insert, page layout, formulas, date, data rather, review, and view. And each of them are further subdivided into smaller headings that will be taken chunk by chunk even as we go on with this tutorial. And I'll just be rushing for this first class. Sorry, I came on board very late. I've been struggling with network, serious struggle with network. Even as I'm speaking with you now, I'm having serious network issues. I've been trying all the networks to see the one that will best suit for this training. But notwithstanding, we'll still have our class, no matter what the network is saying. So you see, most of the things, there's some knowledge you have in Microsoft Word that you can actually employ in Excel. Like if you look at all these, the font size, all these stuffs here, if you check back in Microsoft Word, Office Word, you could actually see them, meaning there are some things we'll just walk over while we deal with the main thing. And coming to Excel, there are things you need to be familiar with. We have this called the formula bar, we have this called the name box, and in addition to what you find in Microsoft Word, you can find your formulas and data. These formulas and data distinguishes Excel from Microsoft Office Word, and as time goes on, we'll be taking a look at them bit by bit. I hope you're following. Now, Excel has small boxes. If you can look around here, you can see various small boxes that comprises the interface of Excel. And for every work you open up, if you open Excel, opening newly, it is called a book. That's why sometimes I can simply tell you, can you get on a workbook? Can you get on a workbook and do something for me? Know that I'm talking about Excel. And Excel is structured in a way that version 2.7 or version 2010, and some other one, whenever you open a workbook, you have 3 sheets that have been fixed there by default for you, which you can use and do other things you need to do. About the sheet, to be talking better about them when we diverge further in this study. Mind you, this is the first tutorial, and other ones will be coming. And let me tell you something huge is coming out of this tutorial. So stay to the end of the tutorials we'll be having, couple of tutorials we'll be having, and at the end of it, I'm going to announce something very, very spectacular to you. Are we together? Now, Just like from, let me pick up from where I stopped. At these small boxes you see here, they are called cells. Mind you, it's not the cell as in the prison cell, correction center is not a correction center, but this is a cell as relates to Microsoft Excel. And each cell is very, very unique. What I mean very, very unique, they have their special names, they have their unique names. No one bears a different name from sorry, no one bears the same name as the other. They have different names altogether. Now I made mention of name box. Yeah, this is your name box where you see A1 written, and I trust you that at the end of the class I expect everyone should have A1. But this is the name box. This name box depicts the name of each of the bosses that are laid out here. So now when you click on a boss like here, you see that the name box changes to J5, meaning that the cell you are presently in is called J5. In mathematics we know something about coordinates. Yeah, we know something about coordinates. These will have your y, I will have your x, and they all come here. This is a conference. This is where they meet. At that point where they meet is where we refer to as the name of that cell. No, if I can tell you now, if I can ask you, can you locate H6, cell H6? Just trace H down here and come to here and click. You see, tracing H and bringing it back to here gives us H6, the vertical and the horizontal. And just like from the knowledge of Microsoft Word, when you are dealing with tables, this H is called a column and this is called a row. But the difference between Microsoft tables and laid out and Microsoft Excel is that the columns have been predefined for you already, and the row also are predefined for you. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, the columns are predefined and the rows are predefined. And let me tell you, every amount of work you need to get, every amount of work that you need can be encapsulated in just a workbook or just in a sheet. This sheet 1, I'm working on sheet 1. And if you notice, this is A to U. And the more you scroll to the right, pulling down in, you see up to Z, and the whole cycle starts up again. A, B, A, C. It will go through to A, Z, start from B, A. So you have a lot of environment to, tidy up your work. Hope we're following. I want to remind you also that this is like a first class. I was just taking a glossary look at what we can obtain in Excel. Other tutorials are also coming our way. Are we together? Now, just back to the where I stopped. This is called your columns. This is column A, column B, this is column C, this is column D, this is column E, this is column F, and this is column G, and so on and so forth. This is your row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, and row 6. Now, take note of this. When it comes to Excel, the cells, there must be a relationship. What we do in Excel, we relate. There's a relationship between one cell and the other cell. So at one point in time, you call out for a cell, you call out for the content of a cell. At another point in time, you call out for a content of another cell. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you call out the content of a cell. At other times, you call out the content of another cell. Are we together? So to begin with today, let me just click on this cell called cell A1, and let me type something. Let me type a figure 23, for instance. Can you see that? All right. Are we together? So you have 23 written here. At this point of D, at this very point D, you can call out to this A1. How do you call it out? By typing in equal to, and you make reference to the name of the cell where the 23 is found, and that is where you call, and the name of the cell is called what? Cell A1. You type your A1. After typing on A1, just press enter. What happened? This D6 returns a value, and the value it returns is what? 23, meaning that there's a direct link, or there's a relationship between this A and this A1 and D6. We stayed in D6 and call that to A1, and 23 returns here. Are we together? If we go back here now and change 23 to 45, when you press enter key, guess what? 45 registers. Why? You have formatted this cell here. It is called formatting. You have formatted the cell, meaning anything you type here will replicate here. Now if you go back and delete everything there, look at what happens. What do you get here? You get 0. You get 0 as a return value. Are we together? So that is what Excel does, and that is how we go about in Excel. So just like I say, this is just a brush up of what we are expecting in the previous classes, and I want you to keep in tune, stay in tune, because we have a lot to release, we have a lot to reveal to you, and I won't like to take so much of our time in these very first tutorials. I just wanted to do a 10-minute video of what we are expecting in this class, and I want you to stay tuned, as other classes will be announced in due course. So like I say, it's just very short and very brief, and as brief as it is, it lays a foundation to other things that we'll be discussing later in this class. Stay tuned as we keep you abreast with all the things you need to remain relevant in your skill and to gain access to that very career that you so dream of in life. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you some other time. Thank you.